What's up, guys? Matt Alvarez here with episode number 10 of Market Militia Minutes. In our last episode, we discussed the four elements that go into creating our attractive character. Just as a quick recap, those are our backstory, speaking and teaching in parables, a willingness to share one's character flaws, and harnessing the power of polarity. In today's episode, we're going to finish our discussion on the attractive character, and we'll be covering the possible identities of an attractive character, as well as the storylines we'll use to communicate our message to our audience. Um, there's a few different ways we can go when we're building our attractive character with regards to identity. As I go through these, one should kind of jump out as being the one that resonates the most with you and where you are in your journey, and how you want to portray yourself to your followers. The first of our identities is that of the leader. For this identity, the goal, the ultimate achievement has already been achieved by the leader. They understand the obstacles that their followers are going to encounter, and their goal is to lead their audience from one place to another place, hopefully helping them to avoid the pitfalls that they encountered along their way. In most cases, the leader shares a similar backstory with their audience. The next identity that we're going to talk about is that of the adventurer or crusader. These are the curious ones, the ones that may not always have the answers. Because of that, the adventurer sets out on a journey to discover the secrets. The treasures found along his or her way are then brought back to share with their audience. While this identity is quite similar to the leader, the adventurer is much more likely to bring back the information as opposed to leading the audience to it. The next in our discussion of identities is the reporter or the evangelist. They don't know a lot about their niche, so they interview dozens, hundreds, even thousands in some cases, who are experts and share this information with their audience. Now, here's some of the beauty in adopting this identity. Interviewing interesting people will inevitably lead to growing your own audience. And conducting interviews with high-profile individuals lends credence to our credibility. Our status increases because of our proximity to those high-status individuals. This is a great identity to begin with if you're new to a particular niche and don't have a lot of knowledge on the subject. And our final identity is the reluctant hero. This person doesn't really want the spotlight. Yet they've made discoveries that they know are so important that they must share them. It's almost a moral duty to share all they know. Being in the spotlight is uncomfortable to them, but they also know they need to be there. This is really the perfect identity for the introverts out there. Which of these are a good fit for you? Once you've decided, start building your attractive character. Develop your stories, your messaging around that identity. The adventurer tells stories of adventure. The leader tells about places he or she has been and where they're going. If you've picked the right identity, this process should be really easy. If not, you may want to rethink the identity that you want to give your attractive character. And that brings us to our last topic for today's episode, and the last topic when we're talking about our attractive character, the storylines. Businesses use 6 basic storylines to communicate with their audiences. Why? Well, because they work. Each of these are developed for a specific purpose, and when we know how to properly utilize them, they're extremely powerful. The first storyline is loss and redemption. So I had it all, and then boom, I had to do X, Y, and Z, which turned out to be a blessing because now I have all of this, right? These stories are great for showing the benefits of overcoming adversity and meeting the challenges that we all face along the way, along our journey of becoming a successful entrepreneur. If you lack a personal story that fits in this storyline, you can use the experiences of others, your followers, your mentors. You can even use a story from your favorite movie. Next, we have the us versus them paradigm. We use this to polarize our audience. Now, remember, polarization creates the mega fans that follow what we say, they share our message, and they buy from us over and over and over again. So a great example of this is talkers versus doers. Make them decide where they stand, right? If they're the doers, they're going to continue with you along the ascent of your value ladder. The talkers, well, they're likely just to continue to talk, right? Then we have the before and after storyline. Stories of transformation, weight loss, business success. I used to be this, but because of product X, now I'm that. These stories are really self-explanatory and can often be understood by just drawing a simple picture for your audience. But don't underestimate the power of these stories. They can be extremely powerful motivators. Then there's the amazing discovery. Oh my God, y'all, look what I just found. And look what it allowed me to do. Okay, these help people believe that the answers that they've been looking for are finally available to them, right? So secret telling is a huge storyline. Russell Brunson built an entire company on the back of telling secrets. Secrets serve as a lure to draw people into your funnel and up your value ladder. And finally, the third person testimonial is the last of our storylines. We call this social proof, right? As many as you can get from your customers, your clients, your students should be they should be used liberally throughout all of your messaging and your stories, or they can be standalone stories or case studies that you share with your audience. So it's time to create your AC, your attractive character, AC for short. I'm not saying to make anything up, right? What I'm saying is that we need to zero in on the identity that we want to use for our stories, right? Build those stories around that identity, your flaws, and your line in the sand. Okay, put some time and effort into this, guys. Like I said in the last episode, creating your attractive character with some intentionality can mean the difference between a $1,000 a month business and a $100,000 a month business. So that's it for today's episode. Feel free to comment below this video or DM me with any questions or suggestions. And whatever platform you're watching this video on, like, share, subscribe, follow, all the things. It's greatly appreciated. That said, I'm out. See you guys on the next one.